closed the World Series heads to Houston tied 11 after the Astros Game 2 victory. USA Today Sports Los Angeles. Most of the Houston Astros had already left for the night, but there was Marwin Gonzalez, still in his uniform, sitting in front of his locker, and George Springer standing next to them, looking at one another, and giggling like kids. It was almost as if they needed one another to validate this zany evening, making sense of it all. Here they were, the heroes of the game Wednesday, with Gonzalez hitting the game-tying home run in the 9th inning, and Springer hitting the game-winning 2-run homer in the 11th, but they still couldn't quite fathom what just happened. "What a game," Springer said to Gonzalez. "What a game." More from Game 2. Game 2 Astros win wild one in 11th inning to stun Dodgers. Nightingale Q-Shell shades Culberson over World Series home run. Dodgers asterisk what they're saying after Game 2. Dodgers micromanaging backfires at the worst possible time. Gonzalez grinned, looked at Springer and simply said, "Wow bleeping wow eyes." That about sums up the Houston Astros 76-11 inning comeback. Blown comeback hang on victory over the Los Angeles Dodgers, in one of the wildest World Series games ever played, with 54,293 fans at Dodger Stadium staying until the end, absolutely mesmerized by the 4-hour, 19-minute madcap affair. "It's the craziest game I've ever been a part of," Astros third baseman Alex Bregman said, "but it's also got to be the greatest game I've ever played, and I know, privately everybody in here thinks the same. It was ridiculous. For 8 innings, it had folks thumbing through the record books, with the Dodgers on the verge of becoming the first World Series team to win a game with only 2 hits since the 1963 Dodgers, back when Sandy Koufax beat Whitey Ford and the New York Yankees, 21, with Frank Howard obtaining the only 2 hits. And then, insanity, where the World Series turned into home run derby. I have to tell you," said Astros second baseman Jose Altuve, who failed to hit a fair ball out of the infield until his 10th inning homer, "this is one of the craziest games I've ever played. There were a record 8 home runs hit in the game, 6 in the final 3 innings, and 5 in extra innings. The Astros became the first team in postseason history to hit 3 homers in extra innings, which is ludicrous, considering there had been only 17 extra-inning homers in the 113-year history of the World Series. Obviously, the balls are juiced," said Astros Game 1 starter Dallas Q-Shell, who lost his voice in the celebration. "I think they're juiced 100%. But it is what it is. I'm just glad we came out on top. There were 6,105 homers hit in the regular season, more than 400 homers hit than even in the height of the steroid era, so maybe this home run show shouldn't have been such a shock. Yet, in the history of the World Series, we've certainly never seen anything like it. There are really powerful guys in this league," Q-Shell said, "and they're going to get theirs. But where you can tell a difference is the mid-range guy who's hitting 20-plus home runs now. That doesn't happen. That's not supposed to happen, only it did this evening. That's what Major League Baseball wants," Q-Shell said. "They want that exciting 2-home run lead, and then the Dodgers come back and hit another home run, and everybody's still watching. That's what they want. That's what they're getting." There were plenty of nutty moments leading up to the zaniness, with a ball caroming off Dodgers center fielder Chris Taylor's cap to save a run in the 3rd inning, and Chris Devinsky's pickoff throw that hit second baseman umpire Laz Diaz in the upper leg to prevent Enrique Hernandez from advancing to 3rd in the 10th. And the wild sabermetric madness that led to manager Dave Roberts pulling starter Rich Hill after only 60 pitches, despite striking out 7 batters and yielding just 3 hits in 4 innings. Employing 3 relievers in a 5-pitch span, and running out of every reliever by the 11th inning, finally resorting to starter Brandon McCarthy, who had not thrown a pitch since October 1st, and was making his first career postseason appearance. The result was the Dodgers losing their first game of the year when leading after 8 innings, having gone 980, while their bullpen's postseason record 28-inning scoreless streak was snapped. "That's an incredible game on so many levels," Astros manager A.J. Hinch said. "So many ranges of emotion. If you like October baseball, if you like any kind of baseball, that's one of the most incredible games you'll ever be a part of. It will be forever treasured in Astros history as the night the Astros won the first World Series game in franchise history, at 12:36 a.m. ET, with Astros shortstop Carlos Correa and second baseman Jose Altuve hugging one another, and the outfielders running into one another for a full-body slam, jumping and down in excitement. "If you had to describe our team by one game," said Bregman, who drove in the game's first run the old-fashioned way, with a 3rd-inning single, "it was this game right here. There's so much failure in this game, it's how you come back from it. And this team does a great job overcoming adversity. We won our first World Series game, so everybody's so pumped up, but that's not the goal with us. Our goal is to win the whole damn thing. The World Series may be tied at 1 apiece, but the Astros feel as if they can close it out in their house, with the next 3 games played at Minute Maid Park. The Astros are 70 at home in the postseason, and now that they have all of the momentum, they don't plan on leaving town again until spring training. The Astros' fate might have been different if Gonzalez, without an RBI since the L Division Series, hadn't taken All-Star closer Kenley Jansen deep to lead off the 9th inning, tying the game, and absolutely stunning the Dodgers. We're not here if Marwin Gonzalez doesn't hit a ball to center field against the best closer in baseball, Hinch says. Gonzalez became only the 10th player time in World Series history to hit a game-tying homer in the 9th inning, and 2 innings later, the Astros had 3 more, including back-to-back homers by Altuve and Correa in the 10th, and Springer's 2-run homer in the 11th. Marwin's homer was by far the biggest of the game, Springer said. If he doesn't have that at-bat, who knows what happens in this game. Once he did that, we were all able to relax, well, except for started Justin Verlander, coming up to the dugout after the Astros had blown a 53 lead in the 10th, and screaming "Let's bleeping go. We got this. Keep bleeping raking." It was a game in which the Astros had the lead in the 3rd inning, tied in the 5th, trailed in the 6th, tied it in the 9th, went ahead by 2 runs in the top of the 10th, was tied in the bottom of the 10th, went ahead by 2 runs in the 11th, and hung for dear life. To win it, we went from hitting 2 home runs off a former teammate Dodgers reliever Josh Fields, who we all love, Qshell said, to giving up 2 runs, to getting back 2 runs, to giving up a home run, to having Yasiel Puig up. It doesn't get any better than that. Maybe, it was just that kind of night, where only emotions, and not words, can adequately describe it. Wow bleeping woe. Follow Night and Gale on Twitter and Facebook. Gallery Best of the World Series.